Hello and welcome to another edition of Pop and Scott Talk Baseball. Uh, Glad to be back with y'all. Last weekend's just a lot going on. Couldn't get time and just uh, be honest. I was ragged last week. I just kind of wanted to be relaxed and I logged in at work on Sunday, and I knew Monday was going to be crazy. So we're back with you now. Right now, my Mets are losing 3-1 with one game up in the standings, so they can't beat the Nationals. You don't deserve to be in the playoffs.
That's for sure.
That I am. I wanted to be in, and I don't. I would be happy if they get in, but I'm not going to be upset if they don't because the teams they need to beat, they can't, and their bullpen has really let them down, and it's been bad. Their starting pitching hasn't been bad. It's the bullpen, and
If you think they're going bad, wait till I talk about Detroit.
well, yeah, I know about Detroit, and I mean, we thought the American League was a done deal, and the Guardians said,
Well, no, not in the West. Not in the West.
well, the Guardians are not in the West.
No. But wait.
Right.
Was about a month ago. I came on here and I said, if you look at the way the Detroit and Cleveland, their record, it's identical to last year, only flip it. Cleveland was in first place. Detroit was in second place, and they were about 10 or 12 games behind, and Detroit started rolling. They wound up making the play. Cleveland still won the division, but Detroit only finished 2 games out or something like that and got into the playoffs. This year, I said, don't be surprised if Cleveland makes a run. And here they are. They've made a run.
They're not going to catch Detroit, but they're right now they're the other team. They're
Detroit. They were 15 and a half back in July, and now they're 1 game back. That's what happens in baseball sometimes. In Detroit, outside of school, their starting pitching is horrible.
Right.
So, but it's irrelevant, and I'll talk about why it's irrelevant later. But we had 2 retirements while we were away. One was Anthony Rizzo. Yep. He retired, and he signed a 1-day contract with the Cubs so he could retire as a Cub. He spent 14 years in the major leagues with the Cubs and the Yankees. The other retirement was announced was that Clayton Kershaw is going to retire at the end of this year after 18 years in the major leagues. His earned run average for his career is 2.54, and that's the best since 1920. He has 3,000 strikeouts. He's a 3-time Cy Young Award winner, 2014 MVP. He was also an 11-time All-Star. He's the first ballot Hall of Famer, no question.
Yeah, it's just his one downside is not showing up for the playoffs,
and that happens to a lot of players.
Right.
I remember Barry Bonds. One of the people they talked about Barry Bonds was, he was wonderful during the year, and then when if the Giants made the playoffs, he'd hit about 210 in the playoffs.
We see that now with Judge. Every year Judge makes the playoffs.
Alex Rodriguez did the same thing.
A-Rod, yeah.
So anyway,
Trout's done it whenever he's had a chance to play in a big game.
And in Boston, the pitcher Dustin May that they acquired from the Dodgers, he went out with a bad shoulder. Zach Wheeler, they postponed his surgery for his blood clot because they're having problems with his blood thinners. I don't know if they worked that out or not. Juan Soto, having a great year. He's not heading for average, but he's having a really good year otherwise. He has over 40 home runs, 30 stolen bases, and 100 walks. The only 2 other players in baseball history that have ever done that were Jeff Bagwell and Barry Bonds.
And he's got over 100 RBIs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So
he's at 42 homers now. And all these people, and he's batting almost 250. So in today's baseball, how many people are over 300 today?
Not very few.
I don't think the National League has a 300 hitter.
If you go and look at any one of the lineups, you're going to see a lot of guys hitting 200, 205, 210.
Yeah. I think there's only one player in baseball over 300, if I'm not mistaken right now. So it's a different, when it comes to that, it's different. But I'm reading a book that's not this type of thing, that stuff comes around in circles. So I will be doing a report on this book on this channel on a later date. I'm almost done with it. And yeah, I got some words for all these people that are enchanted by the 50s and 60s. So,
well, I mean, one of the kids at church this morning, he's a fifth grader. He loves baseball. He's a Dodger fan. And he came up to me and he said, "Mr. Mike, do you think it's good that they got rid of the shift on defense?" And I said, I thought it was wonderful because it took away a lot from the game. I said, but I will tell you this much. When I was coming along, the shift has only been popular for the last 10, 15 years. Maybe not that long. I said, they didn't have the shift. And he said, "Oh, was it against the rules?" I said, "No. Teams tried it. But as soon as they tried it, the guys that were hitting learned to hit the ball the opposite way. And then they were getting base hits, so they had to go back to playing normal."
I know I can't remember which World Series it was, but it was the Twins. They put 5 guys in the infield, and they shifted the infield. There's nothing new about the shift. Even now they play the shift, just the middle infielder is just one step on the other side.
Yeah, he stays behind the bag, so he's not illegal. He stays one step. So it's like Zimmerman said. I saw sometimes he does the Washington broadcast, and he was saying, he said it used to be when I was coming up, if you hit the ball up the middle, you automatically had a base hit, but you can't anymore because if you have any inclination of pulling the ball, the offside shortstop or second baseman is going to be playing behind the bag. Anything hit up the middle is not going to be a base hit.
So, like me and my buddy Mike, he was with me last Sunday night. We were doing my live. And afterwards, we weren't talking cards. We were talking baseball because we both love the game of baseball. And he was looking up about 10 years ago how many 300 hitters there were. And there was, a great – somebody won the hitting championship batting like 360, 370. And then now you're going to have somebody that's not even going to have 300. And we're like, how are you having more runs scored and higher stuff? There's not as many people on base and all this stuff.
It's power.
It's power. It's 100%. But I'd rather hit a 3-run homer than how many games do you see where a team hits a couple of home runs and loses because there were nobody on base when they hit them? And you got to have people on base. I'm sorry. The Royals won a World Series with hitting and bullpen. So don't tell me that formula doesn't work. Get people on base, especially now when you can steal and really cause havoc on the bases and make the teams play defense.
Go back to the Kurt.
There's teams that cannot play defenses right now.
Go back to the Kurt Flood and Lou Brock Cardinals.
Yeah.
Very little power. But boy, they stole bases, they hit and run, they bunted. They did, hit the opposite.
Kurt Flood, that's a guy that you don't hear much about, and it should be talked about a little bit.
One of the greatest outfielders that ever played the game.
Right.
All right. Now, the other thing I want to talk about today is the owners believe, well, first of all, they don't think there's going to be too many owners, too many teams picking up after the 26th season the player option or the team option on the players because they think there's going to be a work stoppage in 2027. They will get the next year in, but after the end of that year, the contract runs out, I think, in February, but they've got till the end of the season to settle all that. And they think because they're going to ask for a hard salary cap that there's going to be a walkout. So that they're going to, or a lockout. So the 2027 season is in jeopardy. And it seems like there's enough people on either side that it doesn't bother, but it would bother me. But anyway.
It's going to bother the fans because now in society, even the last one, when it happened in COVID and it really people were so hungry for anything. They were so happy baseball came back during COVID. But the reasons why they weren't playing were un-COVID related. It was all about money going in whose pocket and how many games were going to be played at that money, that people really had a bad taste in their mouth. But we were so hungry for baseball. Now, when you got other stuff going on, summertime and the world is not locked in their houses, and you do that, good luck to you when it comes.
You have the popularity of the WNBA. You have, that monumental channel out of Washington. I've sat there a couple of times when there was nothing else on TV and watched Norfolk Tides games.
Right.
For Tidewater Tides from Norfolk.
Well, I'm telling you, that's if the minor. I don't think the minor leaguers are gonna, because it was talk that they were going to strike with them. If they play, that'll be the baseball. They can still they want one
playing, but they don't have a union.
Right.
You represent them.
Well, they want a union.
They want a
but
union.
They can still no show.
Yeah.
That's all strike is a no showing. They don't. I mean, that's all. And I mean, I don't know how they'll get by. They'll go and live at home, I guess. But the major leaguers, I'm sure they're being told right now to start preparing now for that lockout or that strikeout. Because it's not going to be a lockout. It's going to be a strike because the players are going to refuse to sign. And I mean, you can call it what it wants, but the owners as much as I hate billionaires fighting millionaires, and I want to slap people in the face, just get out there and play ball. You're an entertainment. They need to bust up that union is too strong. It dictates too much, and they are paid very fair to play baseball. I don't know what other industry that you could work in that the workers get as much money out of the profits as sports. I can tell you where I work, it doesn't work like that. And, I don't know what other jobs do. I get paid well for what I do, and they can come and gladly switch places with me. I'll be happy to play a little first base. I got a couple of innings left in me.
I have no innings left in me. They had a survey. They had a survey of top executives of all the major league teams, and the two most popular places to expand to, the top two were Portland and San Jose, California.
Oh, San Jose! That's the first time I've heard San Jose.
San Jose, California, is one of the largest cities in California, and it's in the the semiconductor, whatever you call it, that in that area, and it's a much more affluent area than Oakland. So they're thinking about that.
That's in the middle. That's more middle Cali, not North Cal or South.
And then,
but I haven't heard San Jose. I mean,
that's the first time I heard. But that's what that was their favorites.
Portland is almost a slam dunk, I think.
I was hoping it was going to be Portland or Raleigh, but that's me.
I would love Raleigh. I wouldn't mind Nashville or, but they need another team here in the true South, not Florida, but in the not Texas, Florida, some Georgia, Alabama.
Well, there's two things I can cover here. Speaking of Raleigh and people hitting under 250, Cal Raleigh is hitting 249. He has 56 home runs. He tied Griffey and passed Mantle for switch hitters. And he's going to pass Griffey. He might have this weekend. The Cubs, Cade Horton, this guy I think might be Rookie of the Year. He's flying under the radar. He's 11-4, has a 266 earned run average, and he has the best record for a starter since July, the All-Star game. So I think he's strong.
Yeah, Cal Raleigh, hopefully he will win the.
Well, he's now the favorite to win the MVP. now that he's past Mantle and
and I think Ohtani now is the favorite because.
Well, here's Ohtani.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ohtani won and hit the last game he pitched. He pitched 5 no-hit innings and hit his 50th home run in the same game. Now, you and I love Schwarber, but Schwarber is a DH.
Yep.
Shohei Ohtani is a DH, but he also pitches, so he's doing 2 positions. That's going to give him the edge. However, I mean, I just love to see Schwarber win it. The guy he's Mr. Consistent, and I've always, a lot of people don't like him. But I like him, and when he was with Washington, I loved him. I mean, he just,
he's in his walk here too. So here, I thought you were going to give this stat. Shohei's also done something that no other baseball player has ever done. 50 home runs, 50 strikeouts in one season.
Yeah.
Nobody. Babe Ruth had 3 strikeouts with 50 home runs. Nobody has ever done what Shohei has done.
Ruth barely pitched when he went to the hitting side of it.
Well, when he left Boston and went to New York, they made him a hitter, an outfielder hitter. So
now you got to remember too, when he pitched for Boston, the pitchers hit.
Yeah.
So that's where he got his 3 home runs.
Yeah. Well, they didn't. The pitcher still hit, when he's in New York too. I mean, but
but he didn't pitch. He didn't
pitch. But Shohei is doing it.
Yeah. I've never seen anybody. I'm sorry, folks. You might hate the Dodgers. You might hate the Japanese. I don't care. You might not like. But I'm telling you, I'm as old as I am. He's a unicorn. I've never seen anything.
Greatest ball player ever. Greatest.
He's got it all. He strikes out a little bit too much for me, but who doesn't?
Right. I was going to say. But I mean, he's just. If you don't. He's a guy that you definitely you would pay to watch, right? That's the guy right now.
And I'm going to say something about Mike Trout. He's not having a very good year, and a lot of people are asking him to retire. But he's still got big money coming next year, so he's probably won't. But he did hit his 400th home run the other night.
What is he? He's only a year older than Harper.
He hit his 400th home run the other night. Well, he's just
he just keeps getting hurt.
And we talked about Schwarber. He and Ohtani. Ohtani has tied Schwarber now with 52 homers. They're tied for the home runs. We talked about Cleveland on July 8th. We're 15 and a half games back, and now they're 1 game out. If they come back and win the pennant, they'll be the biggest comeback ever. I forgot who it was, had a 13-game lead back in the 60s. I believe it was the Phillies. Had a 13-game lead, and the Cardinals came back and beat them.
A great collapse.
Yeah, and got them. Now, Milwaukee, my teams, Milwaukee and Seattle. Milwaukee got bad news the other day because they lost their closer, but they're still winning. Hopefully, he'll be back for the playoffs. My worry is that they'll lose the home field advantage in the National League to the Phillies. That's my only worry. But I don't know if the Phillies can catch it.
I think the home field advantage is just overplayed. Once you get past the first round, because the first round, all the games are played at one state.
At one place, yeah. And then
once you get past that, I really look how many times that you win one game away, it changes everything. And a lot of times we've seen World Series where no team won a home game. So I just think I think when you play at home, it puts a lot of added pressure on the home team now.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, we'll do the standings next. All right, in the American League, Toronto's got a 2-game lead over New York, and I don't think they're going to hold it because they're losing almost as bad as Detroit. I think the Yankees are going to win the division. They got 4 games up on Boston. Detroit has 1 game up on Cleveland right now. Seattle is up 2 on the Stros. They beat them. They were tied, and they beat them 2 out of 3. Their first 2 games, they're playing this today. They beat them the first 2 games in Houston. Of all the American League teams, that's the team I wouldn't want to face. With their pitching, they don't hit the ball that great, even though they picked up all those power hitters. But I'm telling you, with that pitching, nobody has a pitching staff like that team. Nobody. San Diego's close with their bullpen, but not with their starters. New York in the National League. Oh, yeah. The Phillies got a 114-game lead on the Mets. Milwaukee is up 7 on the Cubs. Boy, those two. Phillies up by 12. Those are 2 races. Now, the Dodgers now are 4 games up on San Diego. Not because the Dodgers are winning. It's because San Diego can't win.
The Mets played their best ball against San Diego.
They did, and they hurt San Diego because they beat them. I mean, even the Nationals went out to San Diego and won 1 of the 3 games.
Right.
And each one of those losses hurt. The wild card. The Yankees are the first wild card in the American League, and either them or Toronto will be the wild card. They're 3 games up on Boston, and Boston is up 1 game on either Cleveland or Houston. So if Seattle, get this, folks, Seattle wins the division, and Cleveland or Detroit finishes ahead of Houston in the wild card, the Chiefs won't be able to play this year. They'll be out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
All right. In the National League, wild card, the Cubs are 8 games up on San Diego, so they're a lock for the first wild card position. And San Diego's up 4 on the Mets. The Mets are only 1 game up on the Reds, and they're 2 games up on Arizona. Arizona's running under the radar. They've started to play some decent ball. But all these
what happened was them and the Vikings played each other.
I looked at the results of this morning, and all these teams that are chasing for this are losing. It's kind of funny. So it's going to be, I guess, who survives. But I am still hoping that Milwaukee and Seattle meet in the World Series. I would love that. And somebody told me, they said, well, might nobody be watching? I said, I would.
I will too.
And I don't really
baseball fans will watch. And I think casual fans will watch because Cal Raleigh has got to be starting to be a little bit of a household name. He's called the Big Dumper. Come on. What is the greatest nickname of all time?
These talking heads on television talking about how, well, yeah, the ratings will be way down because nobody will watch that like the Yankees and the Dodgers. And I said, you know what? I don't care about the other people. I just care about me.
Right.
Let the networks worry about the ratings. The baseball teams don't have to worry about the ratings. It's the networks worrying about the ratings. I just watch the game. I don't care what the other guy does. My neighbor doesn't watch it. I don't care. I'm going to watch it. It's that simple. It would be great to see a game. That World Series we talked about where Kansas City won by using that bullpen in 2015, that was one of the best World Series I've ever watched.
Yeah, and the reason why baseball fans watch the games, people that like the Yankees are not, most of them are not baseball fans. They're Yankee fans. There's a big difference.
Yeah, they wear the Yankee hat but never watch the games.
Yeah, don't sit there and tell me that. And I know it's the largest populated city, but if they were baseball fans, it wouldn't matter what the teams are. That to me is the biggest cop-out lines ever. I want good games, man. Let's have history-making stuff here. I'm like you. You start talking about ratings. Ratings?
I don't care.
Really?
Give me what I want. I want to see that. I mean, if anybody else gets in, I'll watch it. But I'm just pulling for those teams because poor Seattle just can't get over the hump, and Milwaukee is one of the lowest teams in the league.
And I'm telling you, some of those players on Seattle deserve to be on national TV and deserve to be nationally recognized. And they can't be until they be in the playoffs, playing in Seattle.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, it's not like it's. They said, well, they don't show West Coast games. Yes, they do. It's the Dodgers.
Well, they show West Coast games, but they're at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. I know, but a lot of the networks, I'm talking
it
might be on MLB, but the networks like Fox and FS1, ESPN, and that, if they want to show the Dodgers, they'd have the Dodgers play at 4 o'clock in the afternoon their time, so it's 7 o'clock our time. Or they play at 5, so it's 8 o'clock our time, so they can have an 8 o'clock game. And if they play on the West Coast in the World Series, that games are going to be moved early. They're not going to play at 10. And they're not going to play.
They play at 9. They play at 9 o'clock. They start at 9.
Well, they might. That's fine. I'll just watch the replays, the highlights in the morning. But that's all I got today. That's
it's to me it's too stressful. And right now I can't watch the games because the Mets are playing the Nationals. So, and then I can't watch the Reds because they're blacked out to me too. So I just put the scores up. I'm sitting here, right now the Cubs and the Reds are in the bottom of the first, 0-0. So I don't know what to say about the Mets. Today could be the last game Pete Alonso plays in Citi Field as a Met. I do know that.
Well, there's only 1 week left in the season. Am I correct?
Right. So it's 4 days.
4 days.
4 or 5 days left. Most teams have one series. I'll be off tomorrow, and I think the 28th is the last day.
And so, I didn't look up the. I should have looked up the schedule to see who was playing what, but I didn't bother with that.
So the Reds will play the Pirates.
Oh, that's good for the Reds.
And then the Mets are playing the Cubs.
Ooh, that's tough.
Well, one good thing is Chicago's clinched the playoff spot.
So they might not play their starters.
Well, and they might try to hold off on at least the last game or the next to last game, playing their pitching their ace or.
Does New York and Toronto play in the last series? I'm just curious. I was just curious, but I mean, it's not. I really don't care. I'm not important, but I mean, it looks like Seattle's going to pass Houston in the West, and the only thing the wild card.
Baltimore's beating New York right now, 1-0.
Well, New York, they split the first 2 games.
So New York plays the White Sox.
Oh my gosh. That's a gimme.
At home. And you want to know about Toronto?
I'm just curious because that's where I think the Yankees are going to pass them. I thought the Yankees were playing some soft team. They got to finish with Baltimore and the White Sox. You can't get any easier than that.
So they're playing the Reds and the Red Sox, and the Red Sox are playing for their playoff life. So
yeah, and they're playing in Boston or Toronto.
Toronto.
Okay, but anyway, they got a much tougher. That's why I'm thinking the Yankees are going to wind up in the East. Anyway, that's it for me.
Yeah, that's very interesting to bring it up. This book I'm reading, great book. It's on how baseball began and the beginnings, the real story. So can't wait to talk about that a little bit, and that'll be coming up probably a one-off for me. Probably I'll do it on one of my Saturdays or something, but maybe talk a little bit more about it on here. So with that being said, watch this season, playoffs.
Oh, did you
Huh?
Remember I did the Ghosts 2 weeks ago, and the week before that I did the Aliens. I got one left, Bigfoot.
Yeah, the Bigfoot.
It's the things that irritate me. Bigfoot show. First of all, there's no Bigfoot because nobody can find one. All these Bigfoot shows show them, and they do. But the thing that really gets me, and you can't fix stupid. They decide the best time to find Bigfoot, I would think, if you're going to see one, is like 2:00 Thursday afternoon. Well, these people go out at 2 a.m. in the dark looking for Bigfoot. They go out in the woods.
He's part raccoon.
They go out in the woods looking for Bigfoot. They got a cameraman there with a big light showing the 2 people so they can be on television. Each person has a little flashlight. It's only about that big, but it must have an 8 million milligram wattage thing because the lights, when they shine in the woods, you see half the woods. They're whispering to each other so Bigfoot doesn't hear them. Now, unless Bigfoot is Stevie Wonder, he's going to know you're there because he can see the lights. Don't whisper. He knows you're there. Oh, and another thing, he's not there because he's not there. Whispering with lights going like that.
They know how it sounds. It's funny. That all that Bigfoot stuff. When I was in Iowa, it was big Bigfoot area. It's Bigfoot area here because one of the sightings is in a town just south of me. They had a Bigfoot week weekend last weekend. I almost went to it, but I worked instead. I just wanted to go see what it was.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. And so, but I'm just like, in order for it to be like scientifically possible, it has to be more than 55 of them alive to keep them going. And to have just one is impossible. So it's just do the math. For them to live, you would see a population somewhere. So that's my 2 cents of it all. But anyway,
no goals. They can't even find Bigfoot poop.
I know.
Don't tell me they're please.
Well, they'll say they will, but it's probably some grizzly bear poop. But anyway, well, we'll end on that. Some good stuff there. Really enjoying, even though my Mets are struggling, I still enjoying this time of the year. I can't wait for the playoffs. I always, usually, even when my Mets are not in it, I'll find a team like that. Like I want to see Milwaukee. I want to see the Mariners. I'd root for Toronto. I would love to see another Toronto Phillies World Series.
That was a good World Series.
Just to see, just to see my Philly friends melt a little bit. But anyway, hopefully Joe Carter will show up for that one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks to all my new subscribers. Hope you enjoy this type of entertainment. Welcome to my pop. And just keep on watching and hit that like and put anything down there that you want us to talk about, or if you want to tell us that we're wrong on something, please let us know so we can have a discussion on it. And do some research and let us know. We love the game. We love the modern game. We love the history of the game. All of that. And history's made every day. So until next time, see ya.